This is GNN.
Even though Apple TV's Slow Horses is only in its third season, they've greenlit seasons 4 and 5 already. They also greenlit season 3 for Foundation and Invasion. Apparently, in April, Roku will be streaming the 8-episode series The Spiderwick Chronicles, starring Lyon Daniels and Christian Slater. We follow the Grace family as they return to their ancestral home where they learn about their mysterious uncle who discovered a secret parallel fairy world.
AMC and AMC Plus will air the 10-episode series Nautilus. The action-adventure series will be about the origin of Captain Nemo and his submarine, the Nautilus. Inspired by the Jules Verne novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, starring Shazam Latin as Captain Nemo and Jacob Collins-Levy as Youngblood.
Disney Plus has ordered a season 2 for Percy Jackson and the New Olympians, and another season of Goosebumps, which will feature a new cast and plot. Paramount Plus is going to have a season 2 of Frasier and a season 4 of Evil starring Katya Herber and Mike Coulter.
On Prime Video, Neil Gaiman's Good Omens is getting a third season. And on April 11th, they're done all 8 episodes of Fallout starring Ella Purnell, Kyle MacLachlan, and Walton Goggins. There's also a Fallout-themed Magic the Gathering deck out now. I have to confess something, or I'll have an aneurysm. I hate the actor Walton Goggins, the kind of hate reserved for someone who kidnapped my teddy bear's puppy, stole Reese's Pieces from E.T., scuffed my dad's military dress shoes, and deported my bluebird of happiness. And it's all his own damn fault, because when he was Detective Shane Vendrell, he didn't even let Lem finish his sandwich in the season 5 finale of The Shield. Then he just went and reinforced my great dislike of him by being Boyd Crowder in Justified. Oh, thanks for letting me get that off my chest.
So you can't wait to see him as the Wanderer, is what you're trying to say.
Pretty much. It looks so good, and I bet he slays it. I'm really looking forward to it.
Peacock is making a second season of Twisted Metal. You can watch Godzilla 1985 on YouTube right now. It's the American remake of Godzilla 1984 that never got a re-release after VHS tapes became obsolete. Stars unfortunately didn't renew Shining Vale. You can still see both seasons before they drop it from their streaming service. RT2 Remake, a feature-length Terminator 2 parody film, was shown exclusively in Hollywood on the 6th of March, followed by a cast and crew live stream on the 9th of March. The film was created by only 50 people using AI. Apparently, they were able to do this due to a lack of AI laws and because they officially called it a parody.
The parameters the creators were given said they had to create 3 to 4 minutes of film and couldn't use any original source material. So all the footage, effects, music, voices, and dialogue had to either be things they created themselves or via AI. There's an interview with Nem Perez, Sway Molina, and Ben Nash about it with Creativity Squared on YouTube.
Though technologically amazing, I gotta say the trailer looks pretty lame to me. It's basically T2, but with a bad Arnold impersonator cracking lame jokes. If that's all this movie does for parody, and I say if because I haven't seen it, but if that's all it does, I'd say that barely counts for parody. It reminded me of the Wayans brothers and how lazy they got after the first couple scary movies that they did. After the first few scary movies, they just started straight up plagiarizing dialogue, word for word, and then added a fart joke at the end, as if that's going to transform it into some amazing comedy gold. Come on now. No word yet on our T2 Remake's future release plans.
If that isn't the glowing endorsement for an AI fan film, I don't know what is. It might be cool to own as a collectible conversation piece, or say, like, we have to archive it for our Skynet overlords in real Terminator news.
Oh my god!
No. I mean, real, like, not parody. There's a new video game coming out, Terminator Survivors. Judgment Day hit, and you're Joe Schmo on the street trying to live and learn about Terminator lore. It's open world with a co-op mode.
Seth Rogen is working on a console wars movie about the history of Nintendo versus Sega Genesis.
The Killer Clowns from Outer Space video game will drop on June 4th for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It's 3 clowns versus 7 victims. Similar to the recent Texas Chainsaw Massacre game that I also didn't play. The trailer is out now on YouTube.
Paranormal Activity also has a video game coming in 2026 for multiple platforms. It's being developed by Darkstone Digital. They were the makers of The Mortuary Assistant, and it's being published by Dread XP. They say it's going to have found footage style gameplay just like the movies, plus a so-called haunt system that changes the type of scares based on players' choices. There's a teaser trailer out, but it doesn't really tell you anything, which makes sense because it's not coming out for like 2 years. I love when your choices actually matter in video games, and changing the scare type sounds really innovative. I hope it's not stupid. I hope it's not, oh, you hit X instead of B, so the cat jump scared you instead of the dog. If they actually really change the type of scares, that could be really cool.
I'm not saying this will happen. I'm just saying this is a sort of video game that would benefit from using the player's microphone against them and other haptic feedbacks. Like, say, if you get jarred enough, you jump, or your hands tremble using your controller because you're scared. I think it would be awesome. Hell, if it was VR and done really well, it might be even able to know when a player closed their eyes or even use Fitbit feedback to help time a jump scare.
Warner Brothers are removing several Adult Swim games from Steam, including Small Radio's Big Televisions and Fist Puncher. The Fist Puncher developer, Team 2-Bit, said they asked if they could just transfer Fist Puncher to their Steam publisher page instead, but Warner Brothers said no. Warner Brothers just can't stop making friends lately, can they?
Aw. A second Bambi horror film is supposed to be coming out, Vampire, directed by Taylor Morden. It's described as Evil Dead meets Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's featuring Diane Franklin and Greg Sestero, as well as Trauma's Lloyd Kaufman.
There's a new auction site app specifically for buying and selling collectibles. Whatnot. Bids can start as low as $1. Not a sponsorship, just letting geeks know. Smash the like button if you appreciate the intel.
Faster, Purple Worm, kill, kill.
That's what she said.
Come on, for Women's Month, you're going to say that? I can't take you anywhere. It's why we can't have nice things, Donnie. Honestly. On Amazon's Freebie and Plex, you can watch Faster, Purple Worm, Kill, Kill on the 24-hour D&D Adventures channel at 9 p.m. Thursdays and Saturdays. It's a 20-episode live play Dungeons & Dragons impromedy. Various celebs create and join the party of first-level characters and then inevitably get trounced by that week's big bad monster.
Olivia Wilde is directing an untitled female-led Spider-Man series. Insomniac Spider-Man 2 is getting a big update and supposedly free DLC, Beetle Infestation. Then sometime in April through June, Extreme Carnage with an open world and boss fight, and around the holidays, Spider-Verse Anomaly Winch is supposed to be a Sony crossover with missions, visual filter, NPCs, and villains based on the Spider-Verse films. That'll be cool, as well as free in-game Spider-Bot drops and suits to equip. And there's a Spider-Man Game of the Year edition around the holidays that'll include all DLC content up to that point. If you just want to wait for that one, I would recommend waiting for that one. I guess I know what I'm getting, kid, is a stocking stuffer.
Destin Daniel Cretton is directing a live-action Naruto, a Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi sequel, as well as a 10-episode Wonder Man for Disney+.
Woo! A Ric Flair biopic is being made. This probably won't happen, but I want Will Ferrell to play Ric Flair. I'm going to put that out on the show right now. His bear promo in Jackie Moon was totally an old school wrestling promo. He looked like Flair in Eastbound and Down, and if you watch him in Everything Must Go, you'll see that he can even capture Rick's dark side if the movie goes there.
That would work. James Gunn's Superman Legacy was retitled to Just Superman and will be in theaters the 1st of July, 2025.
Issue 2 of Mace Windu and the second of 6 issues of Batman 1989 is in comic stores now.
When I think paranoid hypochondriac, I picture the late Richard Lewis. I really enjoyed his stand-up. He's going to be missed.
I loved Robin Hood Men in Tights. In more sad news, rest in peace also to wrestlers Ole Anderson of the original Four Horsemen, the internet's favorite wrestling superstar Virgil, and two-time Hall of Famer and multi-time champion around the world Paul the Butcher Vachon.
Fans can celebrate the late Akira Toriyama by watching his newest series, Sandland, and the video game should drop on the 26th of April this year. Or they can read or stream old Dragon Ball and Dr. Slump episodes or play one of the Chrono Trigger or Dragon Quest video games.
And rest in peace to Mark Dodson. You'll know his voice from Star Wars and Gremlins.
They'll all be missed. Rest in peace.
Guess who's been trying to make a Hallmark movie for like 10 years because his mama's a big fan of them? Go ahead, guess. You'll never guess. Okay, you didn't guess, but that's all right. It's Kevin Smith. Honestly, it really is Kevin Smith. He said on his podcast, Fat Man Beyond, that it's important to challenge yourself creatively, but blamed an imperfect script and marketing difficulty on why we haven't seen his family-friendly piece yet.
There's allegedly hope for Joker 2. According to one crew member, it's not a musical. They just cover popular songs. 15 of them to be exact, which seems like a lot. We said in our Warner Brothers episode that I couldn't wait for the Batman 2. Well, they're making me wait. That thing got delayed until October of 2026. That's alright, just another reason to try to live longer. But coming out in October of this year, October 25th to be exact, Venom 3 is dropping, and we finally have the official title. It's Venom: The Last Dance. I hope they use the Donna Summer song for it. There's a Captain America video game coming. Captain America 1943, The Rise of Hydra. The Alien Romulus trailer dropped, and both Ridley Scott and James Cameron said that they've seen the movie and it's good. After the success of the Barbie movie, Margot Robbie is helping to produce a Sims movie. And speaking of Margot Robbie, congratulations to the Barbie movie. It won an Oscar for Best Original Song. And speaking of the Oscars, congratulations to Godzilla -1. It won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects, and it's one of the only horror movies to win an Oscar, and I'm so happy for them. And speaking of Godzilla, starting this week, check with your local stores and movie theaters. They're starting to get in the Godzilla x Kong New Empire merchandise this week. There's going to be collectible popcorn buckets and cups at your local movie theaters, and some theaters will have plush dolls. And FYE stores have a bunch of merch. Besides the usual Funko Pops and things, they've got hot sauces, ice cream, chocolate bars, and sodas. Also, as part of the promotion, Kong has a Switch game out, although it's getting terrible reviews, and both Godzilla and Kong are now playable characters in Call of Duty and Roblox. Spider-Man is back in theaters starting April 15th, every Monday. All 8 live-action Spider-Man movies will be playing in theaters.
That's it for us this week. Say goodnight, Donnie.
Good night, Donnie.